Two separate cases, more than 100 charges, and the possibility for death row. The federal case against the accused synagogue shooter and new details about how he got the gun used in the attack.
A woman driving in the South Bay escapes with her life after a sudden impact shatters her sunroof.
My mind was just, what happened? What happened? I didn't see anything. It was crazy.
Why what happened could have been intentional and how she walked away unhurt.
The accused Poway synagogue shooter now faces 109 more charges at the federal level, half of them hate crimes.
That could land 19-year-old John Earnest on death row if a jury convicts him. The federal filing reveals chilling new details about the 911 call investigators say that Earnest made the day of the shooting. It reads, quote, "I just shot up a synagogue. I'm just trying to defend my nation from the Jewish people. They're destroying our people." U.S. Attorney Robert Brewer says that Earnest was hoping to hurt even more.
The defendant armed himself with a loaded semi-automatic assault rifle and a vest having a total of 60 rounds of ammunition and drove to the Poway synagogue with the intent of killing those inside. He stated, quote, "As an individual, I can only kill so many Jews."
Federal and local prosecutors say they will be working side by side to process both cases at the same time. And we're getting more answers tonight about how that suspected shooter got the weapon.
10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner is digging into how investigators believe he got that gun from a licensed dealer.
Yes,
Jennifer.
And that dealer was in San Diego. Still tonight, questions remain about whether the suspected shooter was legally allowed to purchase the gun because of his age.
Now, 12 days after the Poway synagogue was attacked, new information is being revealed about the weapon used by alleged shooter John Earnest. In federal documents released today, prosecutors claim the firearm was manufactured by Smith & Wesson in Princeton, Illinois, and shipped to Springfield, Massachusetts, where it was assembled. Then it was transferred via Fort Worth, Texas, to a federal firearm licensed dealer in San Diego, which sold the firearm to Earnest. Earnest picked the rifle up on April 26th, the day before the shooting.
I can say that there is no allegation that the defendant violated federal law when he acquired the rifle that he used in the violent attack on the synagogue.
But was state law violated? Earnest is only 19 years old. California law requires that adults be over 21 before they can buy a firearm, unless they have a hunting license, are current or former military, or are in law enforcement. Prosecutors wouldn't comment on whether Earnest had a hunting license.
That allegation is not in the complaint, but please understand, as the criminal process moves forward, more information may be available to the public.
District Attorney Summer Stephan originally said the rifle had been obtained legally, but when pressed yesterday by 10 News, she didn't provide a clear answer.
I don't want to, because it's a pending case, comment any further about the case.
And when a reporter today asked the federal prosecution about when Earnest purchased his 60 rounds of ammunition, this was the response.
Again, we're limited to the allegations in the complaint. I hope you understand that. I think more information may be forthcoming.
So as you heard, we know that Earnest reportedly picked up the rifle the day before the shooting, but prosecutors won't comment on when he purchased the rifle. California law requires a 10-day waiting period for new gun purchases. In the studio, Jennifer Kastner, 10 News.
Jennifer, thank you. New at 6, an afternoon drive on the 805 interrupted by an explosion of glass and a very close call.
I dodged a bullet. I very easily could be dead right now.
Our 10 News reporter Michael Chen reveals what likely saved that driver from serious injury.
So this is the sunroof.
Pieces of Jennifer Opdahl's sunroof still spilling onto her front seat one day after a drive.
A lot of fear
on the 805. Just before 3:30 in the afternoon, Opdahl was northbound in the slow lane. Traffic was flowing as she drove under the East Palomar Street overpass.
I guess I would call it a boom.
She didn't see anything flying at her, but she felt something.
Kind of explosion almost. I just heard glass splintering. Clearly came from right above my head, and I think I ducked and screamed, but I was still driving.
When she later got out,
the hole in the roof was like that.
She could barely believe what she was seeing.
My mind was just, what happened? What happened?
So under the glass, there's actually a panel that slides back and forth, so whatever struck the car likely deflected off.
If the sunroof had been open, well, the roof is inches from where her head was.
I dodged a bullet. I very easily could be dead right now.
Abdal believes that bullet was something heavy tossed from this overpass. Her ordeal similar to 9 other incidents in Sports Arena and Pacific Beach dating back to November, and the focus of a recent Crime Stoppers alert.
Incredibly irresponsible and incredibly dangerous.
An unexpected danger from above.
It happened so fast, I had no opportunity to react or avoid it.
Leaving behind one lasting impression.
It's terrifying.
Michael Chen, 10 News.
Abdal did file a report with the CHP. We reached out to see if there have been any other incidents on the 805. We're waiting to hear back.
1 Marine is dead, 6 others hurt after a rollover crash at Camp Pendleton today. The rollover happened during a training exercise this morning. It's not clear how it happened. The injuries of the Marines that survived are not considered serious. This is the 2nd Marine killed in a training exercise rollover at Camp Pendleton since last month. The man whose arrest was caught on cell phone video and then went viral saw a judge today. Trinell Cannon pleaded not guilty to charges dating back to 2017. That's when prosecutors said that he stole a $1,000 gold chain. His arrest, which followed a chase in Chula Vista on Tuesday, went viral after his girlfriend shot video of the incident. In it, she says officers are punching Cannon as they arrest him. SDPD released video, it says, shows Cannon refusing to stop, then getting out and taking down an officer. Chief David Nislight said Cannon was believed to be armed and they found a gun along his path afterward. The chief says the correct use of force was used. Cannon will be arraigned on more charges tomorrow.
All right, Kimberly, Brian Schlonsky with you now inside the 10 News Live Center. We have a developing story for you now. It's another horrible case of animal cruelty coming out of Coachella. Take a look at this poor little puppy that was found burned and beaten inside a dumpster. Of course, this case coming just weeks after a woman was arrested in this case for allegedly leaving 7 puppies in a bag in a trash can. The Animal Hope and Wellness Foundation, they're running this. They say this puppy is just a few weeks old, had a portion of her tail cut off, and can't walk due to being beaten, and then, of course, those burns. Someone digging through the trash can heard the puppy crying, then took it to a nearby store, and then the folks there took him to a nearby animal hospital. The puppy's name is Hope. Right now it's in intensive care, being monitored 24 hours a day. The foundation here offering $10,000 to anyone leading to an arrest. What is wrong with people, guys?
Wishing our best for little Hope right now. It was another gray and drizzly day, and there could be heavier rain on the way this weekend as well as we turn into Mother's Day weekend too. Angelica Campos is here with more on that.
Yeah, let's take a look at what's happening in our part of the nation. We're looking at 2 different areas of low pressure. It's keeping things pretty active here in San Diego. We continue tracking that westerly flow. Marine layer driven showers have been pretty much in place every morning this week. We'll keep that going into tomorrow, but there's going to be a stronger system on the way with possible thunderstorms on Saturday. Right now, just a few leftover spotty showers. The chances will be much greater for tomorrow, both in the morning and into the afternoon. And as we break things down hour by hour for tonight, we do have a chance for drizzle developing after 10 p.m. tonight and continuing into the morning commute. Temperatures will remain below the average, and our best chance for rain this weekend will be on Saturday. I'll pinpoint how much is on the way around the county.
Gray is here to stay for a while. Thank you, Angelica. Mexico says the U.S. has sent more than 4,000 Central American migrants back across the border since starting the return policy in January. The returns started in San Diego. They're now also happening in 2 other cities along the southern border. A federal judge ruled this week the Trump administration can continue making asylum seekers wait for their hearings in Mexico.
Military students who are about to graduate from USD got a special ceremony today on the deck of the USS Midway. The students don't actually graduate until later this month, but today they were given special stoles to wear for active duty service members and veterans. One student we talked to served with the Marines for 22 years and told us how impactful an education can be for service members transitioning back into daily life.
I'm reintegrating, but at a slower pace than somebody that just jumps straight from service to the workforce. So I think that this has kind of helped me ease that transition and kind of reacclimatize myself to just general life.
Students at USD will walk for commencement over the last 2 weekends of this month.